The coronavirus is fast spreading across the globe, and countries are imposing measures to curtail the spread of the virus and safeguard their citizens. Since Nigeria announced its first case of COVID-19 on February the 27th, number of cases has increased to an alarming 184. To check the spread, the federal government imposed a 14-day lockdown in Abuja, Lagos, and Osun State. It's the first day of of the lockdown in Ogun, as Lagos and Abuja enters day 4. Level of compliance has been fair, as other states are taking a cue and imposing some sort of restrictions and movement. Our correspondents are on the streets monitoring compliance, and we now join our Osun State correspondent Rafiu Hamid via Skype to talk to us about the level of compliance. Rafiu, you have been monitoring this situation for some days now, and we spoke yesterday. Talk to us between yesterday and now. What is the difference between what you have seen with regards to the level of compliance?
It's the third day of the lockdown in Osun State, because it started here on Tuesday. And since then, people have been complying absolutely. And last night, around 8 p.m., some people came out at their various junctions. They were selling their businesses. They were selling their goods. So the people that were selling fish, the people that were selling tomatoes, and some other things, they just came out just to ensure that they make some money. But this morning, presently I'm at Church Street, one of the popular streets in Osogbo. It's along Okuniti, a popular community in Osogbo here. People have been going out since around 5:30, since around 5 a.m. this morning. As we speak, people are passing by, because many people that live in this area, they are mostly artisans, they are and farmers. We've spoken with 3 or 4 of them this morning. They told us if they don't leave on time now, they may be stopped along the road. And interestingly, when we were coming, we met police officers as early as 5:15 this morning, including members of Vigilante. They were conducting stop and search. They will ask you, where are you going? If you give them genuine reason, they will allow you to go. But if you are giving them 50 excuses, they will return you back to your various homes. And the motorcyclists too are making this businesses. Where they charge 50 naira before, it's now 150, 200 naira, because people want to move to their various places of work. The bricklayers, they've been moving out of their houses just to ensure they get to where they will do their work before 7 o'clock.
Now, where these motorcyclists are following, are they not encountering perhaps the security personnel who could as well have made an arrest or something? Why did you speak with the security operatives with regards to that aspect, that there are still some motorcyclists on the roads? Why are they not, turning them back?
The reason why they are charging high fare this time around is that Osun is a well-planned area. So there are many streets. They are trying to maneuver the streets so that they will not meet the security operatives along the road, most of them. And that is the reason why they are charging higher fare this time around. I told you, where they were charging 100 naira before, they're now charging 250, just to ensure that they don't run at a loss. But the security operatives we learned last night, arrested some of them, seized their motorcycles. But, we are mainly in this country, people who will still have some defiance, who will not listen to what government is saying. And as you can hear from the background, you say vehicles are passing by. But along the road, they will just find streets where they will pass through, so that they will avoid the security operatives that are manning major roads in Osogbo.
Quickly talk to us about the Ivorians, where you were there yesterday, that they were resisting those who were found to have tested positive. They were not allowing them to be taken to the isolation centers. What later happened? Were those that were found tested moved to the isolation centers? Or what is the government trying to do to ensure that these persons are separated or moved to the isolation center?
Yesterday we got there around 11 a.m. and it was surprising when we met a number of security operatives, including police, the DSS, and even some members of vigilante. Because the people that were camped there, I mean, the returnees, they were not very happy. They were saying they were not in good condition. They were not being fed as they were supposed to be fed. That the place where they were sleeping are not quite all right. And we met the deputy governor there, who was persuading them alongside commissioners and some special advisors. The people, as we speak, we later went to the Ogiyo because they were saying that they should go and call some eminent personalities in the Jigutam to come and talk to them, aside from the fact that we have government representatives at Osun. We later learned that due to the persuasion, they later agreed that they should take the people that have tested positive to coronavirus pandemic, and they later take them out of that place because the isolation center in Nejibo is now up and running. The officials of the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Works, and some other ministries were working around the clock just to ensure that the isolation center in Nejibo is up and running like that of Osogbo and Ife. So around 1 a.m. early this morning, the isolation center is now functioning. So many of them have been taken from all the people that tested positive to coronavirus pandemic have been taken out of the returnees, and they are now receiving adequate treatment as we speak. The state governor, Boyega Oyetola, is expected to address journalists today because it was an issue yesterday that many people had to be invited just to talk to those people, including drivers, because at the time they were trying to leave the camp, if not because of the security operatives and top government officials who were appealing to them that all what government is doing is in their own interest. Because if they go out of that camp and move to Ejibo, and those that came to other states, because those returnees are not from Osun State alone. We are from Delta, we are from Edo, we are from Benue, we are from Oyo, we are from two other states. The people of Ejibo, the indigenous of Ejibo that are among those returnees, they are just 19. But it's because that Ejibo is the center where everyone that is going to Côte d'Ivoire used to get the luxurious buses. That's the reason why Ejibo used to be the center to where they are conveyed to Côte d'Ivoire. But as we speak, normalcy has returned, and those that have tested positive to coronavirus have been taken out of that place, and they have been taken to isolation center. Right, why those that are retained? Why about 100 of them that 103 that are not tested positive? They've been told to isolate themselves.
All right.
And they
Rafiu, quickly before we let you go, that route, what has the government done at this point? Is there some sort of a checkpoint? Has that route been cordoned off? Has it been blocked so that there's no more movement in and out of that route, seeing that it's an entry point where cases can come in?
Yeah, it's true. They have beefed up security, and in fact, to speak, the State Commissioner of Police last night drafted some police officers to that place so that people will not come in or move out of that area, since there is lockdown in Osun State as we speak.
All right, Rafiu Hamid, a correspondent in Osun State. We'll definitely keep a close tab with you for more updates from the state.